Previously on Nerd³.
Site news.
Site news. Yes, here's some site news for you all. Disregard last week's site news.
What? Oh, Dan! No, wait, Dan! I'm afraid, ladies and gentlemen, that it appears Dan's just dematerialised from the Nerd³ studios. I'm not really sure whether or not, I should carry on with the podcast without him or, go and find him. It's do the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few?
And now, the continuation. Good news, everybody! I rescued Dan. He's sort of mostly okay. They sort of fried his brain a little bit. Are you still with us? Hello?
The room tastes like blue sparkles.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he got kidnapped by a giant clone army of Dual States and Carangillians, and I don't know what they did to you, but you're just not with us. Hello?
Send me back. Send me back now.
Unfortunately, they're out of range.
Aww.
I rescued you. You get to be with me. Isn't that what you wanted?
Oh, I want to go back. Send me back!
No. Can't do that.
Okay. What do you want to do instead?
Let's record a new podcast.
Yay!
Hello, guys. Welcome to the Nerd³ podcast, episode 7. Dan is trying to imply that it's episode 5. It is, in fact, episode 7. I'm Wat Van R.
And I'm me.
And he's Dan Hardcastle.
I'm off my face.
And he's really out there. Dan's pretty out of this, so I'm going to do my best to make this work for you. But if you think this is painful listening to it, that's nothing to what it was like to edit. I'm really sorry. But we do have some content for you. We have some Little Big Planet reviews. We've got some questions and answers. We're probably going to save some of those questions though to when Dan's a bit more with us.
Yep.
We've got some site news and my adventures in Minecraft.
Woo!
What more could you want? Actually, scratch that. I don't think we've got any site news, but we do have my adventures in Minecraft.
We do have site news.
Okay, we do have site news.
Yep.
There we are. Though, as Dan's the only one who knows the site news, we might not get through it.
We'll see if I can remember it.
So, what's next?
Next, let's start off with the reviews. We've got a few reviews.
We do.
Okay. So I think we'll start off with Spare Parts.
Yes, the PSN game and probably something else.
I think it's on Xbox Live as well.
Who cares?
But don't quote me on that. Download the PSN version just because it's PlayStation.
I can imagine it on the box. If they ever release a retail, it's like at the bottom it's just got What Fun Art says, no, it's probably on Xbox as well.
Yes, so I actually quite liked this. It had nice fun character. It's only I think it's £8, $10 if you're American. No idea if you're any other nationality other than British or American. PlayStation Network, I'm sure, will inform you quite happily. I think the game has a lot of character. The robots are certainly very fun. The cooperative works quite nicely. It's not got anything that. It's a 3D platform. I should probably point that out.
Yep.
It's sort of in the Ratchet and Clank style,
No,
but it's not really got.
It's Ratchet and Clank. It's not in the style of. It's a carbon copy of.
I don't think it is, because Ratchet and Clank actually has sort of very unique concepts that it likes to come up with. So things like really weird gadgets like the Gelinator and things, and it likes to regularly go off and go, hey, let's come up with a nice interesting idea. And Spare Parts didn't have many massively original ideas, which I think was one of its big weaknesses. I think it actually also had a few playable weaknesses, which also sort of is really bad for sort of looking forward to the new Ratchet and Clank games, as it had problems with the camera, that because it was made for multiple players, that the camera was really you couldn't control it very well, and it meant that things like shooting was a real weakness for it. So it had sort of like the same sort of shooting system that Metroid Other M did, the I can get by with it, but I don't really feel like I have any control over it. Unlike Ratchet and Clank, where you really do feel like you've got control over it.
One thing it did have that was superior to Ratchet and Clank was the unlimited trigger finger. No limitation on how fast you can hit R1. They don't know this, do they? I have the fastest trigger finger.
Yes, the world was a Wild West downward. I mean, all of your asses.
Yeah, I can hit an R1 button faster than anyone else in the world. So if you don't limit the speed of any gun, you've given me essentially a machine gun, whatever it is.
That's very true. One of the there was those things, but yeah, I mean, I felt that was a real weakness for them, was the fact that the camera didn't follow them and sort of doesn't bode well for All for One. When you're there going, okay, so some of the reason this didn't work was because the cameras was basically because it was a multiplayer game. One of the things I liked about their multiplayer function was that if you pressed up on the D-pad, you automatically went into a game of rock, paper, scissors.
I like that.
I think that was a really great piece of functionality that was required, and lots of the cool animations and stuff was really fun. The collectibles were brilliant.
Brilliantly nerdy.
They were brilliantly nerdy. I think every time you collected one of the collectibles, rather than saying you've collected ship part 1 out of 100, it actually gave you a name of them, and some of them I managed to get where the jokes were. Some of them I think were even too nerdy for me. There's some hardcore jokes in there. It's definitely a good thing. I'll give you some examples. There's a Mrs. Fusion recycling system. There's a Helen hop drive. And there's
a Hattie hop drive.
I don't think it was a Hattie hop drive.
You said it was. You lied to me.
I'm sorry.
I feel cheated.
And then there's a Schrodinger feline checker, which is just and things like that. And then you started going through. You start to read too much into things, and I'm not sure, but I think there are probably a whole load of references in there that are even beyond me. So there's definitely some good fun in there, and if you are a fan of the Ratchet and Clank series, it's certainly not a bad game and certainly worth sort of going for. Also, if you are a huge fan of trophies,
if you're a trophy whore, this game is for you.
Yes, I think this game has the highest number of points in trophies that I've got in any other game. I think I did manage to find one game that competed, and that was Burnout Paradise. If you bought every single expansion pack and won every single trophy. I mean, for a downloadable game to have a platinum trophy is unusual. For it to then have, I think it's 8, or maybe... it's 10 gold trophies, which is way more than any other game I've got. It was particularly annoying because I played this right in between... I only played this game for about 3, maybe 4 hours in between finishing Resonance of Fate, which took me a year to complete. I spent over 100 hours playing it, and I've got something like 1 gold trophy in it. Then straight afterwards rushed on to Little Big Planet 2, who I've now got 50% of the trophies for. But, after spending a week and a half, really grinding it and making sure I've, trying to get everything and really, putting my heart and soul into it, and both of those games combined, which of course is a year and a week's worth of hard gameplay, goes together to not even make sort of a third, probably even a quarter of what I've unlocked in my 2 hours of playing spare parts. So if you are the sort of person who thinks that trophy count is the ultimate goal of everything, this is certainly a game for you.
Or achievements on Xbox, whatever they're called.
Yeah,
same thing.
Probably.
Stupidly high numbers.
To summarise, it's a nice game. I don't think it's a massively original game. It's not like some of the Tim Schafer games and things where you're there going, this is a truly defining game and a game you absolutely have to own. But if, like me, you love 3D platformers and you are always going around going, oh, there's not enough 3D platformers around, we could do some more, then this is certainly a good game to kill the time until the next Ratchet & Clank 1 comes out.
Yeah.
So, now let's go for the review of the other game that we mentioned, Little Big Planet 2.
Woo! Wipeout. Wait, what? No, sorry. Woo! Little Big Planet.
So, you've been playing Little Big Planet 2. What are your opinions on the game?
Oh god, thinking. Start again. Yeah, it's better than Little Big Planet 1.
It is.
It's essentially, as much as everyone goes, no, it's not. It's just a giant piece of DLC.
Has anyone said no? It's not.
Yeah, Media Molecule constantly go, no, it's a whole game. It's not me. It's
Well,
not.
I think I'm going to agree with Media Molecule, I'm afraid.
Yeah, but it's the fact that the best thing about the game is that everything you have in Little Big Planet 1 budges over, and so you have all that stuff goes into Little Big Planet 2.
That's true.
Which to me feels like I've just carried on Little Big Planet, and Little Big Planet 2 is just a big patch.
Yes.
With adding tons of stuff. Well worth the money, but it still feels like a patch. Although they've changed the graphics.
That's not
engine.
really true, because on the other hand, you play Little Big Planet 1 and it's a 2D platformer. And you play Little Big Planet 2 and you can play Carpal Wolfenstein, a beat 'em up, you can play
okay.
Snake,
But that's just the new
you
tools.
can
The people have
play
used the new tools to make
Yeah,
that
but
game.
your comment is it feels just like Little Big Planet 1, but I regularly play a game and forget that I'm actually playing Little Big Planet. Whereas that never happened in Little Big Planet 1. In Little Big Planet 1, you always played Sackboy, and you always played a level, and you had good levels and you had bad levels, but you always felt like you were playing Little Big Planet. You can actually forget sometimes that you're playing Little Big Planet. Like, I played an adventure game where you wander around a really nice sort of Tron-esque. For a moment, I thought I was playing a Blade Runner game, because I was playing this sort of weird dark detective old 2D top-down adventure game, and I almost forgot, because there's no Sackboy on the screen and no score counters or anything, and you do forget for a while that you are actually playing Little Big Planet. So I claim it's a big step. Strong points for it is all of those things I said.
It's just the new tool set.
I think the new tool set's
powerful.
stupidly powerful, and things that really I think is shockingly obvious from this is that when you play Little Big Planet 2 community levels, there's an awful lot that's better than the Medium Molecule stuff. It was actually pretty rare when you were playing Little Big Planet 1 that you'd find a fan-made level that was better than the stuff that Medium Molecule put into the core game. Whereas now you actually get there and regularly someone's come up with a good game mechanic that they haven't done, and because the last game was mostly running, jumping, jetpacks, that there wasn't a lot more that you could do other than running, jumping, jetpacks, and they did it.
The best things
in the new game, there's sort of so much that they really have just underused an awful lot of the tools.
Well, no, it's a case of the best levels in the first game, the best community levels, Media Molecule levels are roughly on that level. And so for Little Big Planet 3, then the best levels on the community we currently got, they'll be the story-based levels.
Maybe.
Yeah. They build these tools and go, oh, we don't know what they'll do, you go play with those.
That is true.
And then someone does a FPS with it.
But yes, so, just reviewing the main part of the game, I think it's a lot easier, but it's also a lot better looking. And like I said, I think that you can tell that it's a lot easier by the fact there is actually a trophy now, not just for acing all the levels, but for acing 10 levels consecutively, which are not the same level over and over again, which is what I would rather do. And I'm actually sort of playing it thinking, you know what, I might actually get this trophy.
Also, there are some amazing pins. We have to tell them about the pins.
Pins are lovely. But yes, I agree. I think the pins are a really nice concept, that they've increased the number of... I think the pins are a really nice concept. I think they've increased the number of trophies and things... Sorry, not real trophies, but the number of awards they can give you. But it then means that they can push the hardcore fans further and further to a level where they will never truly achieve completion, but also have the trophies then available at a slightly easier level, so it's slightly easier to get the Platinum Trophy, but even harder to get a full completion. They've also given you a lot more awards for things like playing other people's levels, and much fewer trophies for getting your levels played, which is actually really satisfying as someone who's spent forever and perhaps made 1 or 2 fake accounts to get their Platinum Trophy for the last
1
game.
or 2 or 20. Or 40. Was it 193?
I think you'll find that 193 would be an unnecessary amount. But yes, getting people to play your levels, of course, has also become easier now. We've got Media Molecule pushing the best ones and the search engines and the Me, but we sort of covered that earlier in our preview.
So we won't bore you with it.
So we won't go too far into there. we have had a request from someone to find out what we've been doing.
Oh yes,
and
yeah.
I'm going to when we post this podcast, we will post links to our me pages.
Yeah.
So then you will be able to find us through there.
That'll go into the others section, probably in. I think we have a profile bit. Do we not? I swear I've built it. I may not have turned it on yet.
If
we
you
have
built
profiles
it,
for our
we
thing.
will put it on there as well.
Yeah, we have.
But
a
we will
profile
also
page.
put it up with the podcast.
Yeah, we'll do that thing. Yeah. Well, the comic, whatever. I'll work it out.
We'll work it out.
Yeah.
So come and see our sites. I've recently made a tech demo with a Sackboy Sackbot technically, which flips upside down and can run on the ceiling and then flip back down. You can play with that. Feel free to play with that. Copy it and use it as you wish.
Yep. And I'm making a giant Sackboy that stamps on cars and squishes them, and it is the most satisfying thing ever.
So we both have different sides of the coins of weird things,
Yep.
and I'm fairly sure we will come up with some other fun things as time goes by, and we'll let you know when we have new things for you to come and play.
Yeah.
If only so that we can collect the pins as thousands of people play our levels.
Indeed.
As opposed to the 2 that we used to have.
I had
That
a
was
lot
each
more
other.
than you. I had a lot more plays than you.
Not since I created my accounts.
Shut your face.
Okay, so I think that sort of wraps up our review of Little Big Planet 2. That I think it's a nice, solid game. We think basically that you either should already own it, and if you don't already own it, something's gone slightly wrong. But you can rectify that problem by buying Little Big Planet 2.
Yeah. Or a PS3 if you haven't got one.
And a PS3, yes.
But
always a good move.
Why you wouldn't have one, I just can't understand.
Yeah.
Unless you got a Blu-ray player, in which case, yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Okay, what have we got next? We've got, do you want to do questions and answers or my adventures in Minecraft?
We'll do What's Adventure in Minecraft first.
Certainly.
I won't have the energy to sing in a minute. Okay. What's Adventure in Minecraft, What's Adventure in Minecraft, What's Adventure in Minecraft, woo.
I'm in Minecraft.
Easy in Minecraft. Right, let's get this over and done with. You haven't played Minecraft, have you?
No, I was just
Right, that's it. What's
you
Adventure in
from a
Minecraft, What's Adventure in
spaceship.
Minecraft, What's Adventure in Minecraft.
I was saving you from a ship. Okay, so let's have some questions and answers.
Yeah, question and answers.
You've got questions, we're going to answer them. Questions and answers.
I entirely forgot we sung that.
Well, I remembered.
Just get my keyboard in.
As you can tell by that sort of, weird comment, that Dan's not completely with it, so we're probably going to postpone most of our questions and answers. However, we do have... I think we've missed someone off. I think we missed someone accidentally in one of our previous podcasts. So just for them, here's some questions by...
Trigonom?
And we're sorry for missing you off. In my defence, Dan missed you off. I didn't know that these existed. It was an email to you.
In the actual truth was we didn't miss you off. The podcast we uploaded, we recorded before, and then Minecraft was down, so we didn't upload it because it had Alan spoilers in it.
Yes, that was correct. Yeah, which was a silly move. I think in general we should have a no spoiler in the podcast, so that at least when
I
Minecraft
don't believe
does
Alan
go down,
died.
it would have been quite a spoiler.
Actually, I do quite like the fact that at the moment everyone is freaking out in the comment section because the comic I just uploaded was them sort of he's just tripped and Alan's falling. Oh. Do you want to know a secret? I don't actually know how I'm going to get them out of this. I know I want them to be on Friday, but the jump of logic, we'll work that out.
Yeah, so no more spoilers.
Yep.
Yes, so our questions are... the first one is, as we already said, we'll do the what are our PlayStation Network IDs. As said, we will post our me links underneath, so that should answer that question.
Yep.
And the second question is, Dan, how did you get so good at the harmonica?
Is that a question? Oh. I used to play harmonica, although I was pissing around with it on the last one, because What's Harmonica was made of tinfoil and cardboard. I actually could play harmonica when I was little, and I was really good at it, and I've entirely forgotten now. So I got good because I practiced, and practice makes perfect. Like in Minecraft, where you put in effort and you get something out of it. So you put in the effort of mining stuff and you get a castle out of it. It's just like real life. If I hadn't spent all my real life playing Minecraft.
Yeah, I think I think you raised some fair points.
I think I did.
That life is just like playing Minecraft.
Yeah, you get blown up by creepers.
And I seem to spend most of my time avoiding it.
And spiders. Yeah, you spent time doing other things. Right, the next question.
Well, those are the questions from our missed person. Now, I've got a question for you.
Oh, hello.
If you went to Hogwarts, what house would you belong to?
Ravenclaw.
See, I've been thinking about this, and I've really been struggling because I would fit in most houses. But I'm a pretty smart and arrogant person that would clearly put me in Ravenclaw with you.
Mm-hmm.
However, I'm a really, really arrogant person. Beyond being Ravenclaw, sort of to Slytherin levels.
Probably.
But I don't really I'm generally sort of like to think I'm a bit too left wing to fit in there.
Slytherin's just the bloody
So
Republicans.
it is indeed there.
True.
So I'm clear. So that would clearly push me either into sort of Gryffindor, because I like to think that I do stand up for the little guy, or there's the sort of
everyone else.
Go with everyone else. And I am generally a person who sort of likes to hang out with the everyone else.
Yeah.
So I sort of fit a bit too much into everyone.
I always found Hogwarts to be really annoying because they have you get three. You get evil, brave, intelligent, and then you got everyone else. How comes Hufflepuff isn't really full? How comes they still fit into equal ordinary teams? When they're getting all the kids, it's like,
I have
okay.
to admit, Hufflepuff I probably won't fit into because they're sort of morally grey.
I know.
I think I'm probably the other three houses are one of the three. So I would be anything other than Hufflepuff.
Yeah.
I think I'd join you just because
Ravenclaw. I was thinking about this the other day. The coolest thing ever would be if you actually made because you have summer camps for kids.
Yes.
If you actually had made a Hogwarts with proper visual effects, sort of like the Doctor Who experience we're going to and we'll be talking about later on, but like a Hogwarts one for kids, run that.
I think it would be fun. I think it would be less fun though than Hogwarts because for one thing there would be no actual magic.
You can fake it with special effects and things. It would just be cool. You go off and have lessons and you enjoy it.
It would be so insanely expensive.
It would be ridiculously expensive.
Yes, so if you're a millionaire out there and you want to make a life-changing experience for one of your children, not even two if you have more than one, just only one could afford such a thing.
Yep.
Then you know what to do.
Yep. Richard Branson is a listener to this podcast. Probably not.
Probably not.
Should we get some more questions going? Okay, we have some questions from Kyrinator. No idea how to pronounce your name. You're the pink blob bubble spike thing avatar. I'm going to negate a few of your questions because they're plot-based and I don't answer plot-based questions. Apart from the fact that the main character will get a name at some point. It won't be Steve. It's not going to be Steve. I don't like the name Steve.
He does actually have a name for it. He almost said it in one of our podcasts once and I had to edit it out.
Yes, it's true. Is it?
So
Cool.
Don't go around thinking he's just avoiding the subject because he doesn't know it. It is actually known.
Yeah, it actually is. There's a point in the plot where I want to give it away. Yeah. Your other question was...
Teaser, not spoilers. Teasers only.
The other questions were about the competition that we ran where podcast 5, I think, had a fast-forwarded bit where if you slowed it down, it would have been instructions on how to enter the Nerd³ first Nerd³ t-shirt competition. That is... that competition is now over. There will be more competitions. They will be that tricky and you have to look out for them. There'll be secret things. I will give you a clue when they start as to what they sort of are. Because the last one was listen carefully, and if you'd actually listened properly, you would have done it. But we did I was freaking a stickler for this to make sure that the quality was still listen to-able.
We did
when you slowed it
It's
down.
4 times speed for any of you who want to go back and do it, because there is actually some additional material should you do so.
Yeah, there's some secrets and things in that.
I don't think we've got a few stories and things are in that area. So it's a 4 times speed and it is doable.
Yeah, I think you can slow it down pretty much, even like the little free Windows sound recorder that comes with Windows.
I have no idea how you would do it, but
the Windows sound recorder has like a slow down speed.
In my lovely high-tech editing software, it's 4 times, so just change it to 4 times slower.
Faster.
I put it at 4 times faster, so they need to put it at 4 times slower. Slow is the opposite of faster, Dan.
Oh yeah, it's not going slow, it's going fast.
It's going fast, it needs to go slow. I'm keeping it in there. As to why we shouldn't be answering other people's questions.
Okay, well, yeah. And I think that was it. The rest were plot-based. But, I'm not answering plot questions. Stop asking me things about the plot. Because, there's spoilers and things. And to be perfectly honest, I don't really know what I'm going to do, like, in specific order, because you guys change the order the plot happens, and it makes me hate you.
Why didn't you go and kill off Alan?
What?
Or was that not the plan?
I'm not telling you what the plan is. Because I haven't written today's
I was just saying, what was the plan if they'd have killed off Alan in the first one?
I haven't actually.
They all asked to go back for him.
Yeah, the point was, if you hadn't have gone and saved Alan, he would have died there. So go you guys for saving him. I think it was like a 70-30 split. So, woo. Yeah, but that would have actually killed Alan. Yeah, side characters are killable.
Expendable.
Yeah, they can die because you make wrong decisions. There's going to be loads of characters. I think, possibly. It depends where you go. I mean, you've missed 2 major characters already with the choices you've made, let's put it that way.
Okay, there we are, see? You're making a difference to the world.
You are, you're changing this comic. It's terrifying me. It becomes really hard to plan.
For a moment, I thought you were saying it was terraforming it, and I really liked that idea.
They are slightly terraforming it as well.
Terrifying you is less interesting. I do that all the time.
Oh, there's one more thing I want to make clear now, because a lot of people ask it. Don't assume that the rules of Minecraft apply to the comic. As much as I'm using Minecraft as the base to shoot it in, certain things won't happen in that way. Like, yeah, you would have seen in Fridays... In fact, this comic may not be a multiple choice. Think about it, I might not put this comic as a multiple choice. If it's not multiple choice, the reason is because I wanted to explain what I'm was going to explain then, but I'm not going to make the comic multiple choice. Because I have a much better idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so is that...
Question and answers done?
I think that's about as far as we can go with question and answers. If we haven't answered anything, it will get done next week when hopefully Dan's in a less silly mood.
Feel free to ask anything you want.
Yes.
Anything.
Except for plot-based questions.
Except for plot-based questions.
And questions about our personal security.
My PIN number?
Yeah, don't ask for that. Or mine.
I'll give you a clue, it's not 4.
Mine may have a 4 in it, or it may not.
Yeah. Isn't yours 1397?
No.
Oh. That's mine.
Oh, yeah.
That's mine.
I knew that.
That's like the 3rd time we've run that joke. My PIN number, I changed my PIN number a lot.
Every time you make that joke, in fact.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think it's time for site news now.
I think it is time for some site news. We had a small invasion while I was away over the weekend.
Away? You mean kidnapped by alien spaceships?
Kidnapped by alien spaceships over the weekend.
Of Dual State.
Of Dual State and Karen Klein's. Why did you save me? Anyway, I was gone.
Sorry.
And
I didn't know.
I was gone and Frank took over. And apparently he redecorated and things, and I didn't see it, so I hope he
ruined some of my posts.
I'm
very annoyed at him. I put him in a pit, and leave him to die, but apparently he's both already in a pit and has already died, so...
Yeah, it's true.
How do you punish people about that? It's a bit like, schools. How do you teach people when you can't beat them anymore?
So yeah, Frank has been posting around a bit and posting comments. And a few blog articles. I managed to stop those, but I don't know how Axel skills, but we're trying to block him as much as possible now.
We are. We're using every protection we can.
We can.
We've even changed Dan's PIN number again.
We have 4939.
No, I couldn't do it. No
time. Yeah, so because of Frank's disobedience, he's not being fed this week. Yeah, well, you deserve it. Yeah, that's Frank, by the way. He's just in the pit down there. We record this just by the pit, just to annoy him. He's normally quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah. We throw down an orphan every now and then just so he can have his brains.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that's... Oh no! A little bit more side news. There'll be a competition starting soon. Either this week or next week. I don't know yet, because it takes a bit of work, because they're weird. But just search. That's all I can say. It could be anywhere.
Okay. Is that everything?
I think that's everything, yeah.
Okay, so thank you very much for sticking with us.
Yeah, sorry about my vlevness.
And as such, we will give you a personal rendition of the Futurama theme tune. Bow, 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 bow.
I shouldn't rap, I'm too white to rap.
Bow, 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 bow.
Do the robot, baby!
Bow, 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 bow.
Yeah.
Now it's time for all the million mistakes that we've made. So we're probably going to cut this.
I nearly fell backwards. Let's go. Right now my brain's going low fuel, low fuel.
Who needs blood? I just have sugar in my bed.
It's true.
Really long and complicated enough.
It's not long complicated, just go, oh, he's introduced, I'm what's
Okay, I'm going to trust the one of us who actually can think properly.
Shut your face. Just tell me what to say.
It's going to be one of those days.
I have no idea how to react to that in voice, but in face, imagine this.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
They're out of range.
I'm so confused now. This podcast is confusing
I think
me.
we're going to have to give up with this and record this tomorrow after you've had some sleep.
No, this is fine, but you're confusing me.
I'm
If you
not
want
confusing
a
We explained this the
narrative,
other day.
Okay, I've been playing Minecraft. Why are you listening to me? Why am I talking? Jesus, take back over. Jesus.
I was attempting to take over. That's why I was talking about Boston Legal, because that's what I like.
Can we cut that entire bit?
I'll do my best.
Thank you.
I'm already editing most of your stuff out.
You're not, I'm good. I can't spell cubed, you don't have a number pad.
He can't spell cubed.
You don't have
But
a...
apparently he's perfectly fine and able to answer these questions. I think it was funny.
I think it's terrible.
Yeah,
My website.
fair enough.
You
You keep telling me not to put them up. That's the reason they haven't been made recently.
Well,
Because
make
he
one
keeps
for
running
this
behind.
weekend then.
There will be one for this weekend. Discuss this.
Have we?
Yes,
Okay.
several times in fact.
What time is it?
12:41.
Say that again.
12:41.
12:41. Okay, now I know what time. Yep, 12:41.
Okay, so
Ambulance!
Bender voice. Do a Bender voice.
no, that makes even less sense. God, I hate you sometimes.
Nixter.
I have about as much control over Dan as astrologists do over your life. For today, anyway.
Explain why I'm a little bit off my face.
I'm just going to leave it with brainwaves.
Brain
See,
rate.
I explained, I put a plot narrative in to explain it rather than something boring like, I haven't had any sleep, as accurate as that may be.
Just haven't slept. This is my
Don't worry,
Xth hour of consciousness, and I'm just off my face a little.
don't worry, we've now got that, so I can now put that in at the end to